The following demo will illustrate how our mobile applications streamline and orchestrate buyers' procure-to-pay and sellers' quote-to-cash cycles over our platform. A buyer signs into their app and begins to place an order by creating a new request for quotation via browsing the product catalog. They can choose any product and configure its details such as packaging, flavors, and choose from the minimum order quantity options available. They also set the quantity of wholesale cartons to purchase. Also, they can choose what country the product was manufactured in. They can also set the minimum expiry date for such goods and any other product certifications if required. Then they can proceed to add more items into their RFQ and can search by keyword, catalog browsing, or product barcode scanning. These other products will also be configured depending on the different product types and features accordingly. Once the buyer has finished choosing and configuring their products, they can choose whether they require storage facilities for their order or not. They can also choose if their delivery mode is for the same day or for any other date, while also choosing the delivery time slot to receive the goods, and at what delivery location, whether in their warehouses or any third-party logistics location. They can also choose the payment mode for this order either through a direct cash settlement through e-wallet providers, or through supply chain financing, for example for 3 months, arranged through a platform financing partner. Also, they can choose if the contract is spot for immediate delivery or a futures contract for later delivery. Buyers can also configure the profile of sellers receiving the RFQ so they can be filtered out by type and by the minimum seller rating or ranking on our platform. They can also exclude sellers they have previously engaged with and do not want them receiving this RFQ. They can also choose if the seller has been certified by our platform in areas such as transport, logistics, delivery capacity, or qualifications. Also, if the delivery time of the goods has to be guaranteed. Buyers can then configure the release time for the RFQ, whether immediate or scheduled for a later date, and also set the response deadline. Once the RFQ configuration is finished, buyers review a summary of all its underlying details and agree to the RFQ's releasing terms and conditions, then finally submit the RFQ for release into the market. Now, the RFQ will only be released to the relevant sellers determined by the platform's AI engine, business rules, and as per the buyer's criteria. So a wholesaler receives an RFQ notification, then goes into their app to the live RFQ area to choose from any current RFQs they are interested in responding to. When a seller clicks on the summary of an RFQ, they can see all its underlying details without the buyer's information at this stage. Once they decide to bid on the RFQ, they can start pricing each product while observing the current prevailing real-time market prices for such products. They can also add their charge for transport and storage, if any. If this RFQ's payment will be financed by a bank, as requested by the buyer, the seller will have multiple options to split the financing charges with the buyer. And accordingly, they can see how their quotation will change and also how much they would receive. Finally, they will set the bid price validity, then will agree to the bidding terms and conditions and submit their bid. This bidding and quoting process happens simultaneously with all the relevant sellers in the market, and they all submit their bids to the platform within the deadline set by the buyer. The platform will shortlist only the 3 least priced bids, and only send them to the buyer. The buyer receives a notification, and in their pending RFQs area, they review all the different bids received. They will then choose a bid and award the seller the order. However, they will also need to agree to the awarding terms and conditions. An award notification is then sent to the chosen seller, where they will receive a smart contract with all the RFQ's relevant data pending their signature. Once the seller digitally signs the legally binding smart contract, it is sent over to the buyer for co-signing. Only then will the platform reveal the details of both parties to each other. The platform accordingly issues a purchase order to the seller. This in turn kick-starts the order fulfillment process on the seller's side. From within the app, the seller can assign an in-house agent or through a third-party logistics partner to handle the fulfillment. Also, they can assign the transport handling to either the in-house fleet or a third-party provider. Once the order is packaged and ready, the seller can generate a set of smart traceable documents and then dispatch the order. The seller can also monitor the fulfillment progress and delivery tracking, with all fleet management and driver details in the dashboard. They can also monitor the status of different dispatched orders per different select criteria. A buyer will receive a notification when their order has been dispatched and can monitor the delivery progress and any underlying details as per different criteria in their dashboard. Upon receiving the ordered goods, the buyer will inspect the goods, and once they see everything is in order, they will issue a goods received notice by scanning the smart documents attached to the goods. This in turn triggers the payment orchestration between the parties, either by releasing funds from the buyer's e-wallet to the seller's e-wallet, or by triggering the bank's supply chain finance cycle. Both parties can track their payments in real time. The following is a general overview of the buyer's app. A buyer can initiate RFQs by using keyword searches for products, browsing product catalogs, or by scanning product barcodes. The Procure-to-Pay management area enables users to monitor all released RFQs, their status, and any related pending tasks. Users can also launch delivery returns and disputes, options for different RFQ templates, or search the history of RFQs for reuse. Buyers also have access to intuitive and detailed reports. For example, payment tracking reports provide details of all released funds. An in-depth analytics dashboard provides insight into all trade activities and measures different metrics across time under different criteria. Some of these important metrics are procure-to-pay cycle times, processed purchase order amounts and volumes, supplier performance, spend per supplier, supplier on-time delivery, goods receipt accuracy, spend by item, and spend per category. Another dashboard analyzes market prices and trends based on real-time data sourced from actual market trade. Other metrics included are price analysis per product, competing products price analysis, and geo-area segmentation of product prices, while also analyzing savings across time for products purchased. They can also monitor suppliers, and they can raise support tickets from within the app. Buyers can also manage their app's administrative areas through the Manage section. This provides multiple administrative tools related to profile management, users and security management, notifications, alerts and messaging, financial and accounts integration, contracts, customer support, archiving, and user and usage reports. The following is a general overview of the seller's app. A wholesaler can log in as a seller into the marketplace, or as a buyer from manufacturers and suppliers. For a seller, the bidding area enables them to monitor all bidding activities and any related pending tasks. Order fulfillment is a full order management solution that is integrated with in-house fulfillment or third-party logistics systems. Sellers also have access to intuitive and detailed dashboards such as an in-depth analytics dashboard provides insight into all trade-related activities and measures different metrics across time per different criteria. Some of these important metrics are quote-to-cash cycle times, processed purchase order amounts and volumes, buyer ratings, revenue per buyer, on-time deliveries, quote-to-order ratios, revenue per item, revenue per category, and sales growth rate. All metrics can be filtered and drilled down as per different select criteria. Another dashboard analyzes market prices and trends based on real-time data sourced from actual market trade. Metrics such as price analysis per item in comparison to competing product prices and geo-segmentation of prices according to different product types. Sellers can delegate quoting tasks to their agents and also configure their quotation engine to auto-respond to incoming RFQs for different sets of criteria and business rules. Sellers can also manage their app's administrative areas through the Manage section. This provides multiple administrative tools related to profile management, users and security management, notifications, alerts and messaging, financial and accounts integration, contracts, customer support, archiving, user and usage reports.